Top 10 famous stores that don't exist anymore. Welcome back to our channel, and today we will talk about the top 10 popular stores that don't exist anymore. Before we begin, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to never miss out on more videos. Here we begin. Number 10, Circuit City. Founded in 1949, the Circuit City was one of the most popular consumer electronics stores in the United States. During their peak, the chain boasted more than 550 stores across the country offering plenty of electronic goods and services. Well, that didn't work out in the long run. When in 2007 rolled around, wages were being cut, locations were being closed, and management turnover was high. Electronic retailer Circuit City has announced its unplugging. Number 9, and the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company. Known as A&P, there was a time when there was a huge player in grocery business. From a few retail shops selling tea and coffee in New York, the company blossomed after being acquired by George Huffington Hartford. Over time, it became a full-on grocery store. However, by 1970s, the stores had become conceptually stale and plagued by bad customer service, and it finally went under in 2015. Number 8, F.W. Woolworth Company. It made value days at Woolworth with savings for everyone. It opened as Woolworth's Great 5-Cent Store, which sold everything for a nickel or two. Although that operation didn't last, the subsequent store became successful. Woolworths was highly successful until the 1980s, when stiff competition forced them to shift their priorities to the sporting goods division. Number 7, Sam Goody. Like many other retailers, Sam Goody became the victim of the digital revolution in music. Founded in 1951 as a small music shop in New York City, it eventually merged with the Music Land, which helped expand the brand at its peak. It held above water for a long time in music retail, but after struggling through a handful of acquisitions and changes to its business model, the store began to close. Number 6, Borders. So long ago, books have been in demand. The human desire to learn or enjoy stories is what eventually spawned the likes of giant bookstore chains like Borders. Operating for nearly 40 years, this bookstore saw its peak with 500 US-based stores and even more via other brands and franchising. By 2007, the company had begun to struggle to remain in business. Several attempts were being made to keep it going, but by September in 2011, the chain had ended with its stores closing and rival chain Barnes & Noble buying its trademark. Number 5, Fry's Electronics. The intent was to make shopping for electronics a similar experience for going for groceries, whether it was a circuit board software or any other kind of electronic device. Fry's was one of the places to get its fries and was famous for unusual exteriors and motifs like the Mayan-themed store. Here in San Jose, it was one of the few places you could buy raw computer parts off the shelf to assemble your PC to your own stores ballooned in popularity and even those above. Number 4, Linens and Things. It was a combination of acquisitions and management changes that seemed to be their undoing. In 1975, and home textile and housewares big box retailer grew considerably by the time it opened up its 55th store in 1983. Linens and Things keep America's home beautiful through quality selection and 20 to 40 off regular prices every day. A credit crisis occurred when possible buyers couldn't get credit to purchase a company, and now 371 stores are set to close by the end of the year. Number 3, Radio Shack. The company focused its sales strategy on radio and electronics hobbyists. For decades, this gave them a lucrative market to fill, and interest in electronics eventually grew even further with the new computer and video game age. But much like many other retailers, the popularity declined with the rise of the online shopping, and fewer hobbyists buying their ways through. Perhaps more damaging has been the retailer's failure to attract younger shoppers. As a result, by 2017, the company had gone bankrupt and was no longer the giant retailer it once was. Number 2, Toys R Us. From toys to video games to books to bikes, the chain had almost everything a child could want around a bike to trend. They're like many retailers of the last few decades, they struggled to keep up with the times and competition with the likes of mass market stores and online shopping. It was unprepared for what no one saw coming to the dot-com era and the rise of the big box store. In 2017, the chain filed for bankruptcy and began liquidating its assets by the middle of 2018. Number 1, Blockbuster. One of the biggest industries to emerge from creating the VCR was the home movie rental business. Video rentals become ingrained in our culture, and Blockbusters profit mightily, but streaming services and mail-in DVD options became available over the years. They're closing in 9,000 strong chains early and have been reduced to one single franchise in Bend, Oregon. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any amazing video from us.